Assalamu alaikum. Viewers, we all have been bombarded by a war of narratives in the past one fortnight. And I felt that I need to bring some of the most important statements that have been issued by world leaders to your notice so that together we may sift through them and look for truth. The first statement that I want to share with you is of Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu that he gave to the Fox News after having bombed Iran. He looked visibly off color and strained in his interview, and he stated that imminent threat of weaponization was being felt by the Israelis, and Israel felt that Iran wants to overtake Middle East. He said, and I quote, "We are protecting ourselves and protecting the world from the Iranian ballistic missile threat." He also said that twice attempts have been made by the Iranians to assassinate Trump. Therefore, the US must bomb Iranian military and nuclear sites. It is very, very important because the issue is to stop what may hurt us. These were the statements that Netanyahu made, and he specifically kept referring to the nuclear holocaust that had happened in the last century, calling Iranians theological thugs who should be taken out because they intend to give these missiles to their Houthi friends. He said that the missiles that were fired by the Iranians after we attacked them, it was a horrible thing to watch what they did to Tel Aviv, because their ballistic missiles made residential building in Tel Aviv collapse. These buildings had families in them. Little children must have died, he stated. Again, he referred to the Holocaust and said he doesn't want a nuclear holocaust to happen in this century. And at the end of the interview, he said, "We are a democracy in a sea of evil." If it is possible for Netanyahu to look sad and forlorn, he came pretty close to this statement while he was uttering these platitudes. It almost made me think of Anne Frank's diary. Anne Frank was a 17-year-old Jewish girl who had died in a concentration camp, and she wrote, I quote, "I want to be remembered after my death. I write because I want people to know what I went through in the concentration camp. It is terrible. The condition is horrific. I have severe hunger pangs." Newsflash: Dr. Feroz Sidwa, US trauma surgeon, addressed the UN Security Council after 5 weeks of voluntary medical mission in Gaza. He said all of his patients were non-combatants. There were 6-year-olds with broken limbs. There were pregnant women with fetuses that were cut into half while still in the womb. There were mothers who were cooking food in the emergency ward on hot plates for their children, not concerned with the death and the destruction that surrounded them. Another news flash for you. 70 Palestinians were killed when Israeli army opened fire on them during food distribution in Gaza. These men were unarmed, starving, hungry. Netanyahu had also said in his interview that he wants Iranian women to live freely, and it is for their freedom that he has attacked Iran. Whereas yesterday, Iranian women took a procession in Tehran to reiterate their support for Khamenei. They said, "We are firmly standing behind our leader." After bombing Fordo, Nantes, and Isfahan, Trump stated in his tweet, "Now is the time for peace." Congratulations to our great American warriors. When I read this tweet of Trump, I was reminded of Vietnam and Afghanistan, the two countries where Americans had their boots on the ground and they failed. They did not win these wars. So, this is the war of narratives that we have been bombarded with for the past 1 week. And if you have any comments, please share them with me below my video in the comment section on the YouTube. Thank you so much for giving me some of your valuable time. Pakistan Zindabad.